Question is more of a personal one, so we can end off on kind of our own perspective. But this one says, would you rather spend a day with the future you or the past you? Basically, they put in brackets, you can ask them whatever you want or do whatever you want with them.
It's actually a cool movie idea. There's definitely
so many like that. Someone's always thought of it first. I think personally, I would take the chance to talk to my past self instead of my future self. Yeah. And the reason that I think I would do that is because in the past, personally, I'm talking like elementary school, I would basically sit down and just have a long conversation about a lot of things that don't matter as much as I think they do in that time. So I would talk to myself about how things get better, because there was a lot of times that I didn't really think that things actually get better. And there's a lot of things that made me angry in the past. I would want to tell myself that it's not going to matter in 5 years. It's going to be gone. There's a lot of things that phased me when I was a kid in elementary school, my childhood, like not to get detailed, but just like the whole things, my whole childhood was just very like, it was all very caught up. Like I was scared and I was this and that and angry and worried and always like anxious and stuff. And now that I grow up, I'm like, wow, I really wish, I'm happy that it gave me a certain character development. And I feel like it made me who I am today. That's what trauma does. That's what healing does. That's what situations do.
I think most like this question is kind of one-sided because you don't know what your future is. How are you going to talk to your future self? How do you know what to tell yourself? Everyone's going to have past decisions they wish they changed, right? There's so many movies on it where it's like, oh, like the life keeps repeating until you fix something, right? Everyone wishes they could go back in time and change something. So I think that's like a one-sided question. This question's more so of like, what would you tell your past self? I was very aware of what was going on back then. I had my thoughts of like, okay, I got to be myself. I got to remain myself. Okay, I got to kill my ego a little bit. Okay, don't say this too much. I was saying that even when I was younger. And honestly, I still do that today. So really nothing. I wouldn't say anything. I think that everything happens for a reason. And I think that whatever situation I was in before created the person who I am today. Whoever I ran into, whoever I'm going to meet in the future, I just think that sometimes I overthink everything and I just gotta let things be. Like you have on your tattoo, like, just let it be, just live in the moment, right? And we're always worried about past and present or past and future. It's like, let me live in the present, and if I win an Oscar, I win an Oscar. If I'm sure I regret a million things that I did, right? But no regrets, dude.
No regrets.
Like it's like, I wouldn't tell myself anything. I told myself what I was gonna say. Obviously, pressure and peer pressure and everything got caught up to me, and I was just not myself sometimes because I couldn't be myself, because then I would stand out too much and I wasn't comfortable in standing out. So I had to give in a little bit, but people will understand that as they go through high school or as they go through life. And I'm looking forward to whatever the future brings me, whether I like school or not, whether I graduate, whether I become a biggest director ever. Like, I don't know. Right. Again, I only got 100 years. Let me see what I could do with this 100 years. And I actually want to talk about one last thing to end it off. Every time I talk to my nonno, he always brings this up. He goes, I won the lottery. Well, I'm like, why nonno? He goes, because look around me, right? He's because I got everything. You guys are the lottery, right? I play for money because one day maybe I'll win it. But at the end of the day, this is my lottery. And I think that people overcomplicate life. It's like, including me, it's like, when we pass, when we're old, the only thing we care about is what we left behind. And if we realize, okay, I asked my mom, what do you want to do? I want to travel. I'm like, okay, but when you're like Nonno's age, what do you want to do? I don't care. As long as I see what I've created, I want to see my family grow. I want to see that there's something there for when I'm leaving, to someone to look over. Like, I just want my kids to be successful. That's what everyone wants. Everyone just wants the people around them happy. And I think being able to appreciate them now and every day and live in the present instead of regretting not looking back. Every time my nonno calls, I'm fortunate to have all 4 grandparents. You know, every time they call, I have a 5-minute rule. I gotta talk to them for 5 minutes. I don't care what it's about. If it's, you know, Young and the Restless, this is about fucking what's happening on CNN. You know, I have to talk to them for 5 minutes because my nana calls, he goes, I just want to hear your voice. And I'm going to give her that 5 minutes because honestly, the videos could wait, right? The homework could wait because one day I'm not going to be able to have these 5-minute conversations.